Okay, here we are. Well, today we'll start to read these phrases or text or pointings or teachings, we may say, of the different spiritual masters, and we'll see their way of describing or defining. It is difficult to describe or to define God, because God is not an entity, is not a concept, but sometimes the words are like a bridge that guide us to know God. And you know that God, or there are many ways of naming God, is not only someone we can know reading a text. It is experience. But, and this is the function of the text or the teachings of the masters, that they guide us to really experience what is God. So we can, and in previous class, or when we start this workshop, one of the things that we talk or we discuss is what is the difference between religion and spirituality. That, and we, many of us express that we have been brought up or raised in a religious tradition. For instance, in my case, I was brought up in the Catholic religion. And what is the difference of, because every religion wants to know God also. But one of the main differences is that most of them teach that God is something separate from us. And spirituality guides you or helps you to discover that, in fact, everything is God. And that God is also within you. That
inside us.
Yes, very good. Inside, within. Now I hear you perfectly. You, I can hear you better.
I put a microphone.
The mic. Very good, very good. And we are solving all our technical problems, because I am seeing Kari, and Kari also had problems with the mic and the audio, and she has solved them, and now everything is perfect. Okay, and now Julio told me when we had our interview, the first interview for to join this workshop, he told me that he is a student of the Gnostic tradition. And if you want, Julio, you can tell us what Gnostic tradition or tells about God?
Gnostic tradition tell us God is inside us, and we try to live the life in the present.
Yeah.
No future, no past, only in the present. We try to understand the life inside us, know us inside, understand. Perfeccionar nuestro interior.
Yes. And if you now we are going to read all these phrases or teachings of the masters, and you will see that everyone talks about the same. They
Yes.
also say that God is within us. So let's start with the first phrase that we have here, which is from Paramahansa Yogananda. Do you know Yogananda?
More or less.
Well, no. Yogananda was a spiritual teacher or spiritual master, an enlightened master, who he was born in India. And his mission was to take all these teachings of spirituality from to the Western tradition. He was the first who traveled from India to the United States in last century, and he spread these teachings in the Western, because this tradition or this spirituality is something that was born in the Eastern, in India. Here in this part of the world, we were used, and most of us were brought up in some religion, and Protestant, Catholic, because this is the tradition, or the religion is present in many parts of Europe. And as we were that's why many of us brought up also in this tradition. So, well, let's start to read what Paramahansa Yogananda says about God. Vito, do you want to start reading the first?
Yes. When you experience the true meaning of religion, which is know God, you will realize that He is yourself, and that He exists equally and impartially in all beings. Divisions are imaginary lines drawn by small minds. Forget your dream-born mortal weakness. Wake up and know that you and God are one.
Wow. This is a very powerful phrase and teaching. And you can see that he's talking about the same. He's saying what? That God exists equally and impartially in all beings. So it is the same as to say we are all sons of God. The Catholic tradition teaches us this, that we are all sons of God. But the problem, let's say, is that we don't know the true meaning of this phrase. What is to be a son of God? Is to share this,
the same nature,
the same essence. And what are the qualities of God? God is love, is peace, is freedom, and so we are. So this is a key thing or that we discover when we approach to spirituality. Because why do we suffer? Why do all humanity is suffering, most of humanity? Because we don't know who we really are. We look for happiness, for peace, for freedom, for love outside. And all these things are within. In fact, we have to go a step beyond and to say that we don't have peace, love, or freedom. We are this. So, and what is the great difference? That the masters say, you already are. Vieron que esa es una expresión que dicen muchos los maestros espirituales. Dicen, you don't have to become something else. You already are. Vos ya sos. So, and what is the difference between, if I say, love, freedom, peace is not something you have, it's something you are. Yes. It means that you can't, it's something that cannot be lost. It is always with you because it's you. And that, yes. That is the meaning of this expression, you and God are one. They're
the same.
Exactly. Okay, let's, and that's why he says, forget your dream-born mortal weakness. What is dream? Dream-born means that it is something, a dream. What is a dream? Es un sueño. So it's something that is illusory, is unreal. And what happens? What this of that the phrase "you already are" means that we are this divine essence, but we have forgotten. We don't know. We are not aware of what we really are. And that's why we suffer. Because another thing that is important is to know that we are not only this body, and Mushi Mushi is another spiritual master, and he has a phrase that goes like this. He says, we are not human beings with spiritual aspirations. We are spiritual beings living for a time, a human experience. What does it mean? That we are spirit that has incarnated in this body for a time, and to live some experiences. And then when we die, we won't die. We will only leave this body, but our life will continue, because
nos prestan el cuerpo.
that's it. This body is like a costume that we have for some time. But we have had many other costumes in other lives. And
Yes.
this that we are, this name we have, the profession we have, and the roles we have in this life are only transient, temporary. And but the problem is that we are very identified with them. And when the soul incarnates in this body, it forgets who it is. When we incarnate in this body, we forget. And so this life is to remember who we really are. That's why the masters of the spiritual teachers say, my function is to remind you, or to help you rediscover who you really are. Okay, so let's read this one, another phrase from Paramahansa Yogananda. You will see that all these phrases are only a reminder of what we really are. Okay, Kari, do you want to read this one? Wherever you make. You are muted. Activate your mic,
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever you make up your mind to do, you can do. God is the sum total of everything, and his imagine is within you. He can do anything, and so can you, if you no veo bien porque es muy chiquitito.
If you learn
to identify yourself with us inexhaustible nature.
He said, whatever you make up your mind to do, you can do. What is to make up your mind? What is a synonym of make up your mind? To
decidir, to decide.
Very good.
Yo decir make up de maquillaje.
Yes.
Así.
This is another meaning. Very good. This is another meaning of this word. You know.
What's the meaning of makeup?
Maquillaje. Maquillaje, yes. And to decide, you know that we will write it down here. In English, we have one of the difficulties are the phrasal verbs. That phrasal verbs are the verbs plus a preposition. And for example, to make up, used as a verb, we have two kind of difficulties in English. One is that the phrasal verbs that, you know, make up. Make up is a verb that is formed with make plus up. The verb make plus the preposition up. When you use the verb alone, make, it has a different meaning. When you say make up my mind, as Vito says, it means to decide something. As it says here, whatever you make up your mind to do, you can do. Whatever you decide is the same as saying, whatever you decide, you can do. Cualquier cosa que decidas, la puedes hacer. This is the meaning of make up here. But if we use the verb to make alone without the preposition, it has another meaning. Make. What does make mean? To do something. Hacer algo. You can make a toast for your breakfast. and if you know how to do it, you can make a dress. If you're a dressmaker, you know what is a dressmaker? Una modista.
Una modista.
That's it. Well, here you know, you can see that make has a different meaning. And also, the other difficulty sometimes in English is that there are words that can be used. These two that we see are verbs. And there are other words that can be used. There are some words that can be used as verbs or as nouns. And sometimes they have the same meaning and sometimes they have a different meaning. For instance, in this case of make up, it means something as a verb and something different as a noun. For instance, as Kari said, make up and is make up when it's used as a noun is written with a hyphen between make and up. Make up. The make up for instance, Vito and Kari, they had makeup. I don't use makeup, but they use makeup, and they look very beautiful with makeup. So, but sometimes that's why to know the function of the word inside a sentence is useful to grasp sometimes the meaning of the sentence. Por eso, por ahí, a los beginners, for example, it is difficult for beginners to understand because they see the same word and they don't know if it is a noun or if it is a verb. For example, you know that in other cases, for example, in the case of help, help is a word that can be used as a verb or as a noun. And it has the same meaning in this case. It doesn't have a different meaning because you can use help as a verb. For instance, what would be an example of using help as a verb?
Help me with my work.
Very good.
Please, Kari, help me.
Yes, a polite
way.
Request. Please help me with my work. And what would be an example of help as a noun?
I need some help.
Yes, and you know that the meaning is the same, but the function of the word is different. Entonces, or yes, I need some help, for example. Okay, so let's go back to our test. Whatever you make up your mind to do, you can do. God is the sum total of everything, and his image is within you. He can do anything, and so can you, if you learn to identify yourself with his inexhaustible nature. It has to do with what we were saying, that the problem is that we are identified with what is not, or what we are not. Estamos identificados con lo que no somos. And that's why he uses here before, when he says here, he is yourself. And he uses the word self with a capital letter. This is what we truly are. And this is a very beautiful word also, when he says that we have to learn to identify with his inexhaustible nature. What is something that is inexhaustible?
Insostenible.
Unendless.
Unendless. Es inagotable. Sería, it would be in Spanish. Something that never ends. That is limitless, endless. Or we can say
Infinito.
Yes. All these are words that means the same, that are synonyms of inexhaustible. Let me inexhaustible means another word that is used a lot in spiritual English to mean inexhaustible is everlasting. Everlasting, everlasting, endless, infinite. Okay. Something that is forever. Forever and ever. Eternal is another word that we can use to mean inexhaustible. Eternal. Okay. So let's go on a bit with another. Here we have Mushi. Mushi is, well, another spiritual teacher, and he's a living master. He's still here in between us. He lives in Portugal now. Yogananda has left his body in 1952, but Mushi is still within us. With us, and yes, within us also. Okay, let's read what Mushi says about God. Here, this phrase, God. Julio, do you want to read this phrase?
Yes, yes. God is not playing with you. God is playing as you. I know you and love you far too much to treat you as mere person. I refuse to know you as less than God.
Okay. It is another very beautiful phrase, and he teaches us something very important. You can experience and you can see that there are different ways, but they are saying the same. For instance, here he says, God is not playing with you. God is playing as you. This use of different prepositions, because what the preposition with means.
Con.
Yes, that if you say with, it means another. There are two things. And if there is another, there is separation. Okay. That's why he says, God is not playing with you. God is playing as you.
Is inside
yes.
you.
And God and you are one, is the same. And that's why he also says that this body that we have and that we have been lent to live this life for a time was not made. He says, he has a very beautiful phrase that goes, this body was not made for the person. It was made to be the manifestation of God. So you know that we say that our essence, this is the mysterious or the perfect thing. And here is when words become to fall short. What is to fall short? Cuando no alcanzan las palabras. When we try to describe or define God. This is the kind of miracle that, as we have said, God, or that's why we can also call him or call it consciousness or universal consciousness, awareness, beingness, is this, our highest intelligence is present in everything. All of us, not only humans, but everything in the creation, in this universe, plants, animals, everything has the same essence. Is divine. But at the same time, God is manifested uniquely in its being. O sea, esa esencia es una esencia que todos compartimos y que es la misma, pero a su vez se manifiesta de una forma única e irrepetible en cada ser viviente, in every living being. And you can see this. There is no human being identical to another. Not even identical twins. Because they can be identical in appearance, but they are different. They have different personalities. Well, and if you see nature, there is no plant that is equal to another. No animal, nothing. This is, there you can see perfectly the presence of God, because this is something that you can understand with the mind. So that is the meaning of God is playing as you. And what does he means when he says this body was not made for the person? That we can it was not made for us to identify with our personal identity. It's only a character, a role. It's like we have talked about this before when we say that it's like the character of a movie. That what happens with an actor? He knows when he takes part of a movie, he has to play a character. Play is also, that's here, you know that we were talking about the meaning of the words, the different meanings. And play is also a verb that, well, it's a word that can be used as a verb and as a noun. It has different meanings as a verb. Porque play, what means play?
Jugar.
Jugar. And also to perform. Desempeñar un papel. That's and. What is a play? A play may be un juego.
Una obra también.
Yes, una obra de teatro. That's why and this word here is used with different meanings, with both meanings. That's why he says, God is not playing with you. This is the first meaning of playing. God is playing as you. Acá está queriendo decir, Dios no está jugando con vos. Dios está siendo vos.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and this other phrase is also very beautiful when he says, I know you and love you far too much to treat you as a mere person. I refuse to know you as less than God. And this is, I'm very moved by this phrase because I've been in Portugal. I've been in his ashram, and there you can really experience this love, which is when he says, I love you far too much to treat you as a mere person. And this, all of us can do this. This is what? This is unconditional love. When you begin to see, and this is the teaching of Jesus. Jesus told us this, that the love that we feel for our family, for our sons, for our close friends, this same love we can feel for everyone. And when do we can we start to feel this love? When we see everyone as the manifestation of God. Cuando empezamos a ver a los demás como él dice acá, vos no sos solo una persona. Why do we like some people and we don't like others? Because we identify with the character in them. But when we begin to see beyond, love can flow effortlessly. And this is when the last day of our retreat in Portugal, when his last words for us were, remember that your heart is your home and the world is your family. Es hermosa esa frase. El mundo es tu familia But to discover and to feel this kind of love, first, we have to discover who we really are. Primero tenemos que descubrir quiénes somos en realidad. Y una vez que descubrimos eso, podemos ver eso en los demás. That's why spirituality is a word, a way within. And we've been saying that God is within us, and that, but what happens? We have to connect with this presence within us. And Julio, you said when you were talking about Gnostic that you learn to live in the present, no past, no future. To know who you really are, you must be present. To connect with this presence of God within you, you have to be present. And when we are not present? When we are in the mind. Because this is also that Mushi explains very beautifully and very simply. He says, the function of the mind is to distract you. That's why the thoughts come and take you to the future or to the past, to distract you from discovering who you really are.
Yes.
And this is a habit that we have and is very powerful, because we have been doing this all our lives. And nobody has taught us who we really are and this treasure that we have. That's why he also says, we are like beggars. Beggars sit on a box of gold and we are not aware of it. Somos como mendigos pidiendo y buscando todo eso que creemos que no tenemos afuera, y en realidad estamos sentados sobre un tesoro. Es como un mendigo que está pidiendo y no sabe que está sentado sobre una caja llena de oro. It's very beautiful, this phrase. Okay. Well, to finish for today, because you know that this we have in this file has many phrases of many spiritual teachers that are very, very useful, very beautiful, and very powerful, very profound. So we will continue next Saturdays with these phrases. For today, we are going to read this last one from Muji, and then we are going to end with a short contemplation by him. And the contemplation is called Be Only Aware. It is the same as we have been saying. What is to be aware? To know.
To be conscious.
Yes. You know that in English there are two words that means the same. Consciousness and awareness. Son dos palabras que usamos para en español decir conciencia. Y también son palabras que el noun, el sustantivo, es consciousness, awareness, que vieron que las dos terminan en ness, porque ness is a suffix in English that it is used to form abstract nouns. Es uno de los sufijos que se usa en inglés para formar los sustantivos abstractos. Porque, por ejemplo, en el caso de consciousness, está formada, it's a word that is formed with an adjective plus the suffix ness. And to be conscious is the same as to be aware in English. And there are many abstract nouns that are formed like this. Muchos otros sustantivos abstractos se forman así, siempre con un adjetivo más el sufijo. Por ejemplo,
happiness.
Yes, happy plus ness. Kindness, kind plus ness. There are many, and you will see a lot of these abstract nouns in English, in spiritual English, or emptiness. There are many. Well, here we will see another one. We see here naturalness, for example. Okay, who wants to read this last phrase, and then we'll do the contemplation. That is very beautiful. Who says Muji here? The one, Julio, do you want to read it? If you
Yes, the one who observes himself finds all things unfolding in their proper time, with grace and naturalness. He relaxes inside his own silence, enjoying harmony with all existence.
Okay. When we go within and when we connect with this divine essence that we are, what do we find there? Silence. That's why he says, the one who observes himself finds all things unfolding in their proper time with grace and naturalness. That
unfolding.
Yes.
What mean?
Open, to be open.
What?
No? Unfolding.
Unfolding es desplegándose, desplegar. Unfold, to fold something es doblar también. You can fold a cloth or unfold es desdoblar o desplegar. O the opposite, to fold, es doblar algo. To fold, unfold. Pero acá dice, the one who observes himself finds all things unfolding in their proper time with grace and naturalness. Cuando nosotros nos comenzamos a observar, vemos que todo se despliega naturalmente, porque this is the flow of life. Hay un flujo de la vida, vieron que todo va cambiando y todo se mueve de una forma natural. Cuando sentimos que algo está, that something is stuck, or is difficult, or is stagnant, it's because we are trying to achieve something from our personal point of view. Pero cuando nos corremos de esa personalidad o de esa forma humana de querer hacer las cosas, podemos ver eso, que todo se despliega, hay un flujo natural y dice in their proper time, a su debido tiempo, en su tiempo, en el tiempo que tiene que ser. Ok. Y entonces cuando vemos esto, que hay algo que naturalmente sucede, ¿qué pasa? He relaxes inside his own silence. Ese es el famoso just be. Be yourself. Y podemos solo ser. Y con solo ser, empezamos a ¿qué? A experimentar and to enjoy. Enjoy is a beautiful verb. What it means to enjoy.
Disfrutar.
Disfrutar. Enjoying harmony with all existence. Esa es.
Armonía que existe en todos nosotros.
Que hay una armonía y una unidad. Y es más que unidad. Vieron que ellos, in spirituality, instead of, this is the difference between unity and oneness. En español sería como la diferencia entre unidad y unicidad, que no es lo mismo, porque unidad means to join two separate things or two things that are different, but oneness means to merge. La unidad se refiere más a unir dos cosas que están separadas o que son diferentes. En cambio, la unicidad es cuando something dissolves in something else or merges in something else. Cuando algo se funde, and this is the true meaning of the phrase, you are one with God. Eso es lo que quiere decir que somos uno. Y is when you dissolve, when you merge, there is harmony. Esa armonía es como que todo se ajusta, se acomoda y todo es perfecto. Okay. Well, my friends. Now, to finish this beautiful meeting and this profound sharing, I will show you the transcription of this contemplation by Mushi that lasts only 3 minutes, but we are going to do it for 5-10 minutes, not more. And he says the same thing we've been talking about this meeting. He says, be only aware. This is the title. And pay attention to how he begins. Beloved, who are you if you leave the world alone? Withdrawing your attention away from the world or the things of the world or the senses or the mind. O sea, ahí él ya nos invita a empezar a experimentar qué pasa cuando sacamos nuestra atención del afuera. ¿Ves que dicen withdrawing? To withdraw es retirar, sacar la atención del afuera, del mundo, de la mente, y llevarla hacia adentro. Vieron que los maestros por ahí también usan mucho la palabra heart, que es corazón, heart, pero la usan con mayúscula. ¿Por qué? Porque heart, cuando se refieren a take your attention away from the mind and go to the heart, it does not mean the emotional heart. O sea, no es el corazón emocional. Se refiere to the core of our being. Por eso, como a la esencia. ¿Qué es el corazón de algo? Es la esencia, es el núcleo, core. Y por eso lo dicen con mayúsculas, porque se están refiriendo a nuestro ser, a nuestro ser, a esa presencia de Dios en nosotros. Eso es a eso Él nos está invitando, a retirar nuestra atención de la mente, de los sentidos, de todo lo que podemos conocer con los sentidos y llevarla al corazón, a ese silencio que es nuestro verdadero ser. Okay, so he continues, though they appear simply arising in the field of perceiving, but not shopping, not collecting, not thinking. O sea, ¿qué pasa cuando empezamos a hacer esto? Los pensamientos siguen viniendo porque no son automáticos y aparecen, pero en lugar de quedarnos ahí y regalarles nuestra energía y nuestra atención, no, ve que dice not shopping, not collecting, not thinking. Te vas dirigís tu atención hacia el centro de tu ser. No les regalas la atención a ellos. Entonces dice, anything from the senses, be entirely free from clinging to any object of perception. Anything from the senses or mind, remain empty. Simply remain alone, unassociated. You need not imagine it. Do it. Whatever arises, comes and goes. Do not follow. Notice. Nothing sticks. O sea, cuando empezamos a observar, podemos ver que esos pensamientos vienen y se van. Si no nos identificamos y no nos quedamos ahí, simplemente pasan y esa percepción que tenemos al verlos pasar, no pasa. O sea, this is the sense of being. Esa que él también le llama the sense that you exist. Porque ¿quién es el que está viendo pasar esos pensamientos?
Yo.
Exacto. So, that's why he says, notice, nothing sticks. What is to stick? Pegarse. Something sticky es algo pegajoso. Algo que se te pega, in English. If the attention touches anything, do not react. Simply return to your emptiness. It is simple, and remain effortlessly aware and formless. Okay. You know that when we begin to do this, it is the same as meditate. It is difficult. Why? We feel it as difficult because of what we've been saying, that we are so used to the habit of thinking that for us is very easy. It's very easy to follow our thoughts. But this is a practice. Es una práctica que tenemos que ir desarrollando de no engancharnos con los pensamientos. Cuando empezamos a observarlos, y también podemos observarnos a nosotros mismos cuando nos enganchamos con los pensamientos. Si nos damos cuenta de que ya no fuimos, porque va a venir la mente. Cuando nosotros decidimos hacer esto, ¿qué pasa? Viene la mente a contarnos algo, ¿vieron? Empiezan a aparecer los pensamientos. ¿Qué tengo que hacer después? ¿Me tengo que ir al súper? Tengo que... o, ¿qué pasó ayer? No lo llamé a tal... y podemos engancharnos con eso automáticamente, pero también podemos darnos cuenta de que no es importante eso, y de que lo más importante es, aunque sea unos minutos, estar aquí y ahora, to be present. So, let's try to practice this. Ahora vamos a escucharlo a él diciendo estas palabras. I suggest you that you, ¿qué es lo que tenemos, qué es lo que nos ayuda a sacar la atención de la afuera y llevarla adentro? Cerrar los ojos, close your eyes, and stay in a comfortable position. Una posición, por lo general, es mejor estar sentados, porque la posición acostado, cuando uno va a meditar, de body, when we lay down, immediately interprets that we want to sleep. Entonces, cuando uno está acostado en la posición horizontal, es como que el cuerpo interpreta y es más fácil que nos agarre sueño. Por eso ellos nos sugieren que nos estemos sentados en una posición erguida, pero relajada, relaxed, in a straight position, but relaxed, with your shoulders relaxed. And the straight position is to let the energy flow freely through your spine. Es para que la posición erguida, pero con los hombros relajados, sin tensión, without tension, es para que la energía pueda fluir por nuestra columna libremente. Entonces, I will share the contemplation with you, and you will listen for some minutes. First, the voice of Mushi saying what we have read just a few minutes ago. And then silence. Y cuando escuchen solo el silencio, al principio van a escuchar su voz y después solo el silencio, traten de hacer lo que él nos sugiere, de empezar a solamente observar los pensamientos que puedan venir, pero sin identificarnos y sin seguirlos. Y si vemos que nos dimos cuenta que nos fuimos, volver. If you identify, you come back to your emptiness. Okay. At the beginning, you will hear the sound of a gong, and when the contemplation ends, you will hear it again. This is the signal that the contemplation has finished. Okay. And you will know that these sounds, the sounds of the gong or of a bell, are also sounds that helps us to go inside. El sonido de las campanas o de un gong también nos ayuda a eso, a ir hacia adentro. Okay. I will share with you the sound of the computer. Very good.
Beloved, who are you if you leave the world alone? Withdrawing your attention away from the world or the things of the world or the senses or mind. Though they appear simply arising in the field of perceiving, but not shopping, not collecting, not thinking. Be entirely free from clinging to any object of perception, anything from the senses or mind. Withdraw. Remain empty. Simply remain alone, unassociated. You need not imagine this. Do it. Whatever arises, comes and goes. Do not follow. Notice. Nothing sticks. Simply remain alone. Not two, not even one. If the attention touches anything, do not react. Simply return to your emptiness. It is simple. Remain effortlessly aware, formless. Oh.
Well, my friends, this is the practice that you have to begin to incorporate to your life. That is very useful. Because to not only to read about these things, that is our first approach to what we really are. First, we read it, and then we experience. To experience, because what happens when we start to connect with this silence and with this peace, we can experience that is a peace that is not from this world. And it is just because it is the presence of God within us. And when we experience this, then we can go out, do whatever we have to do, all our activities. And with a bit of practice, we begin to experience that this does not come and goes. Podemos empezar a experimentar que esa paz que sentimos cuando meditamos o cuando estamos un ratito en silencio con nosotros, no se va. Parece que se va, pero ¿por qué parece que se va? Porque justamente empezamos a vivir más acá que acá. Eso es lo que de a poquito tenemos que cambiar para que nuestra vida se transforme. And if we transform our life, we can transform the life of others. Because this peace, when we are connected with this presence of God within us, and we go out and we meet with other people, they can perceive this peace.
Yes.
Okay, and this is the way of changing some external things, not the other way around, because we are used to try to change the outside, and that's ustedes saben cómo se dice in English, como es adentro es afuera, se dice as within, so without. Así es. Así son los tiempos, digamos. Así son los steps. Primero adentro, después afuera. Okay, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this beautiful meeting, and see you. You know that we have 3 times a week for you to choose, or you can join every meeting if you want, as Kari is a faithful follower, and you can take advantage of mostly of these months that are holidays for most of you, that you have less activity. Enero y febrero por ahí son meses más tranquilos. You can take advantage of this and join the meeting, because it's a gift for that you can do to yourselves porque bueno, estas reuniones son más que nada para eso, para que seamos cada vez más conscientes, to be aware, to rediscover, to reconnect with who we really are.
Un
Okay,
regalo al alma.
exacto. Have a beautiful weekend and see you. Bye bye.
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 Después yo les mando, como siempre,
Bye.
mando la grabación y mando las notas con lo que vimos esta clase. Así lo tienen.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.